Hi everyone, it's Dragana here from Saacibo. Welcome back to my channel. Believe it or not, this is now the 6th time that I'm trying to record this video. Unbelievable, like I'd start and I'd be lost for words, and it's been a week since I've done a video. I find it really hard to get back into it, but I just couldn't. Honestly, I have to say this. And I don't know how what's going on in the world is affecting everyone, but it affected me really, really deeply. And I couldn't concentrate on art. I couldn't do anything. It was just really bad. So I felt like I have to express this. I just can't believe what's going on. You know, it's beyond me. And I'm sorry if I upset you with this. In my last video I mentioned something about the war in Sarajevo 30 years ago, and at the time I had no idea what's coming, although I did release that video after this whole madness started. But you know, it's just every time I talk about it I get upset, and I am going to get upset now probably, but you know, that's me. I can't deny and I can't pretend nothing happened. And I can't not say anything, if you know what I mean. War is a terrible, terrible thing for anyone involved. There are never winners in it. There's just losers. I'm sure a lot of people feel the same. Perhaps one of the reasons for me feeling this way and finding it hard to find inspiration and keep working and doing what I love is because when I see those people fleeing for their lives and leaving everything behind, it just struck a nerve in me, because I have done that. I've been there, and it's terrible, and it's just frightening that it's happening again to someone else. It's hard to watch. It's really, really hard to watch. By nature, I'm an optimist. I always think there's a hope, and so I'm going to hang on to that, and I'm going to hope that it's going to get better. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that for now. To change the subject, I actually designed this digital pack a while ago, a month ago or something, but I struggled how to present it, you know. Normally I do a digital pack and then I make something with it and then I show you, but I just, you know, I was busy with other things as well and I just didn't know how to. And then I saw Barbara's video from 49 Dragonflies, and she made this lovely journal with envelopes, and then she decorated it with her own digital kit. And I thought, what a great idea. I will try to find the link to that video. I looked this morning and I just couldn't find it. There's just so many videos, but I will look and I hope that I will find the link to that exact video and I'll put it in my description box below. It's really great. And she explained it really well. And I didn't actually follow the whole tutorial, but I looked at it and then I went to my studio and I just tried to recreate something similar, but with my own digital kit. So I will show you the flip through of that journal at the end. But for now, I want to show you my digital kit. I called it Shabby Steampunk. I don't know if the name is appropriate, but you know, that is the name. So it consists of 3 different sections. Again, I have paper collection, I have ephemera collection and writing papers collection, and I also have another digital kit that I want to quickly show you that I've been using throughout my journals, and I find it really helpful when I want to create a journal quickly. So let's start with the paper collection. Okay, so I have a few of the masterboards, which are digital collages actually. There's this one. Then there's that one with the dragonflies and the camera and the clocks. I like those flowers. And I also used again some of my jelly prints that I layered on top. So again, the paper collection has also 2 just, you know, without images, just plain backgrounds in pink and beige with the mesh. Don't know if you can see. These can be printed borderless, but I don't print them like that because the colors are then nicer than when I print borderless. If you want to print borderless, you have to have photo paper, and this is 160 GSM paper. Good quality, but it's not a photo paper. Alright, so they are the masterboards. It's called Shabby Steampunk Paper Collection. Now I want to show you the writing pages collection that go with this digital pack. There they are. We have these. I printed them on both sides. Work really well. This is printed on 100 GSM paper, I think, but it works just as well on a regular copy paper. As you can see, there's one that is plain without images, and then there's one with a little kind of cluster of images. That's two. Then there's those two as well, again with lines. This one with lines, and this one as well, but this one has images, that one doesn't. And there are two of these as well. That's just plain, I don't know if you can see. And this one has this cluster of images in the center. So they work really well in a journal. Like, all you need to do is just fold them in half, and if you print them borderless, it's even easier. You won't have to trim, but I need to trim these, so it's just really good. And there you go, you have your journal pages ready, and there's 6 different ones. As you can see, there's 3 with images, just for a bit of variety, and the 3 with no images, plain with lines and with checkered pattern, or map paper, whatever it's called. Okay, so there are the writing pages. I also created an ephemera collection. It's called Shabby Steampunk Ephemera Collection, and it consists of 6 pages as well. There's 1 page with these clusters that are on tea dyed paper. As you can see, you can either cut them out with your scissors or with your trimmer, or you can tear them out, you know, like to have those rough edges that you can ink and use as decorations throughout your journal. Then there is a page with a pocket, a corner pockets or tucks with a book plate, a name plate, whatever you want to call it, and some tabs. That's that one. There is one with 4 different postcards. I left those plain like that on purpose. I didn't put any writing, because if you make your own journal, you might want to put words there that mean to you something to you, you know, to make it really personal. There is also a page with just plain background with checkered paper that you can print on the back. So that's also part of the ephemera pack. I did it because not everyone wants to buy papers and ephemera. Someone might just want to buy ephemera pack. In that case, they can use this to back the cards or this envelope or the tags that I'm going to show you. So that's the envelope. Again, I printed that pattern on the back so that my envelope is not white on the inside. And this is the paper page with just tags. Again, I printed that on a 350 GSM cardstock, and I printed that pattern on the back so that when I cut those, I don't have to glue them onto anything, and they're already backed with this paper and they can be written on. So you have 3 medium-sized tags, there's a bookmark, and 2 smaller ones. I used the same images that were on the masterboards. Okay, so that is my Shabby Steampunk papers. There is one more page with just fussy cuts, and this one is on my website in the free download section. You can download and use whatever way you like. So there are just some of the images that I used in those clusters that I printed separately, so you can print that out and cut it out, fussy cut it, you know, and use as decorations in your journals. So that one is for free. Okay, I'll put the link down below in the description box. So again, like I said in the beginning, there is also another digital collection that I have in my shop. It's been in there for about a month or so, and it is called Old Notebooks and Tea-Dyed Paper Collections. These are basically the papers that I collected over the years, scanned and digitally enhanced or tea-dyed and created in a way that can be printed and used in your junk journals, especially if you don't have any of the old papers available, and if you don't have time to do tea dyeing your paper. Like, I could probably find time to do it, but it's just the issue of drying them. I wouldn't be able to do more than a few in a day, and that would take forever because it's winter obviously here. So maybe I do more tea dyeing and that handmade paper and that sort of thing in the summer when it's warm, but in the winter I just try not to, and I don't, because of that, the issue of the space. So I created this for myself initially, and I decided to just put it all together in a digital pack so others can benefit from it. So there are 4 double-page notebook papers. As you can see, I left this is date, but it's in Bosnian. I left it as it was. I left it authentic. I didn't change it to English because I don't know. I just thought it should stay as it is. There's also vertical pages. I think there's also 4 of them. Yep. It's just a plain notebook. It's the one with this pattern on the paper. There's this one. This one's in English. And here's that one. So they all look like they have been tea stained, and you can see that I printed them borderless. When I print papers like this borderless, it's actually alright because I don't want them to be too dark, and so that are the notebook pages. And now here we also have pages that were tea stained. Like every time I tea stain papers or color them in different ways, I scan them in to have ready for printing when I need to. You can see the splatters of tea or coffee, I can't remember now, but they are different. So there's, I think, 5 of them with this pattern, but it's not the same, it's different. You know, you don't want to print 5 times the same image. It's just gonna repeat too much in the journal, and it's not all that good. So there is a variety there of 5 different ones, and also there's 5 of these that have that pattern of no splatter, but basically just tea stained, and I think I sprayed with something. So again, there's 5 different ones just for the variety. So in this pack there's 10 tea stained, and I think 8 of these 18 different pages that you can use in any journal. They're kind of neutral you know, just tea-stained papers and notebooks. So that are those digital kits that I wanted to show you. And now I want to show you what I made with them. So there is this little journal. It is really cute. It's like a journal and a folio at the same time. And I created the covers with envelopes, mostly with envelopes like that. I have a few of this, or maybe one of these, and I had small envelopes from guitar strings that I used throughout. And it's got one signature, and it's really, really, really cute. Alright, so as you can see, I used images from my digital pack to decorate and cover the envelopes, and I also used ink around. There's a lot of pockets in here. I love it. It's just full of surprises. As you can see, there is a little tuck spot in here. I used the pocket from the ephemera pack, but I tore the edges, I didn't cut it. And that's that envelope from the guitar strings. Again, I decorated it to cover what was there. And here I made a little journaling spot. That's from the ephemera page with those clusters. Alright, and in here we have this. And the way I layered these, when I was covering the envelopes, if I didn't have a long enough piece of paper left, I kind of did that. I put book page and I tore the edges, and so that in a sense I created more pockets and hidden kind of spots. That's the tag from the ephemera pack. Okay, right here. I think for this one I used that envelope like that, but I did that to create a pocket here. And for this one, I think I used this one just to go around. And for that, I just used that square little envelope that I glued on top to create this. So I don't know, I might even do a tutorial one day. Until then, you can always watch Barbara's, it's really great. So this is, I think, part of the envelope that I cut into just like a rising spot here. Okay, now here again I used that small envelope, and I used that nameplate or book plate to create a little, like a belly band. And here's the pocket. Just put a little writing spot. Now here I used the flap of the envelope with that little like a frame for writing, and I just turned it into a pocket. But also this, because I'll show you what I mean. My papers were not long enough to cover the envelope all the way, especially when you don't print borderless, you end up with less of the paper. But I would, you know, place a paper perhaps up to here, and then I'd put another piece of paper on the bottom. So I kept creating more pockets, which is fine. This is like almost like a pocket book or something, like an album. So that's the tag from the ephemera pack. Okay, and that's just some papers that I had, embossed papers, and I placed them there. Okay, so we come here. It's a threefold. As you can see, there's only one signature, and for the signature I used papers from that digital pack. There you go. I tried to cut them so that I don't waste too much paper. I'll show you what I mean. So you see how I didn't want to fold in half unless it's one that has that. But for most of them, with these ones, I'd fold them like that, and then I would cut this bit off, and I use that bit, I'll show you, I used it here. Okay, so it's not wasted. Okay, now here we have that bookmark from the digital. This is just a little tiny card, and there is a pocket here, and one of the postcards from the pack that can be like an index card or writing space. I put that tab there, and this is actually one of those envelopes that I glued like that, and then I decorated. Again, here I created a pocket. When I was hiding what's on the envelope, I'd put one piece of paper and then that on top, ink the edges, and basically created like a pocket or a tuck spot. I used some stenciling on this side. This is just like a writing spot, and as you can see, I used book pages for, you know, wherever I felt like I needed to cover something. And just to break up the whole digital pack so it's not overwhelming, I used book pages as well. Okay, and here as well, again, I created that tag spot with one of the clusters from that ephemera pack for here. But once you close that, you basically use that to keep that closed. So that's that signature. And over here on this side, again, there are several pockets here. I created a little belly band from that book plate or nameplate. Then again, another one with this, you know, I just use a piece of masterboard that I glued on top of the book pages, inked the edges, and created that. Okay, that opens up here. Again, with those little clusters, I created a tuck spot. There is a pocket here as well with some writing space. Okay. And these are just some offcuts of paper. I just folded and put there. You can write your notes and things like that. So here, again, created a pocket that actually keeps this pocket closed. When you put that tag in there, you keep that pocket closed. So take it out. Here we have another belly band with that image. There's a lot of hidden pockets here. I love it. Again, here I put some tickets that I stamped on, another tuck spot, and more cards for writing. Alright, now here we have a pocket, and I put another one of the cards that I turned into an index card. I put a tab there so it's easier to pull. Okay, so as you can see, a lot of is happening in this little book. How does this close? Like that, I think. Yeah, and then come to this side. Here I use that image from the ephemera pack. Where is it? Oh, just give me a sec to find it. This one. And I turned it into a belly band. And these are offcuts from the writing pages. And you see this? I think Natasha from Treasure Books made a journal using this method. And I've seen her video and I loved it. And when I had those leftovers, I thought I could do that with a notepad. It would be interesting. And, you know, you don't waste the paper and you still use it to write on. And that is it. I will link that video down below as well for you to see if you haven't seen it. It's really nice and interesting, different. Okay, so on this side of the journal, again, we have two tuck spots. One at the top, one at the bottom. I used the plain background and the masterboard, and this is just some tea dye paper, so that goes there, and the tag goes in here. Okay, and here we have a pocket as well, and I put 2 of those postcards in that are actually like index cards or journaling spots. Alright, I left that as it is, so it can be written on. And here, this side as well, I used the paper from the digital pack, but then I stenciled some images on top, and that's a book page obviously. And again, I left that as a tuck spot. This is just plain paper from that other digital pack. And we come to the other side of this outer cover. Again, here we have a tuck spot made from the pocket. This is just a leftover pieces of masterboards. I printed them on both sides so they can be used as little tags. Okay, and this pocket opens up, and over here again I made a little like a notepad with some leftover pieces of paper. And I could have turned that into a little like a belly band, but I didn't. I just glued it down because I wanted this to be secured. Alright, so that's another one of those small envelopes that I decided to use for the closure. I put an eyelet there and just a piece of string. And that is my Shabby Steampunk journal, inspired by 49 dragonflies. As you can see, I forgot to mention that on the spine here and here I used some tea stained cloth because I felt like it needed a bit more protection than just paper. It's just gonna be more durable that way. So that is my new journal, a bit different than what I normally do, but nonetheless, I think it's cute and I love it. Thanks to Barbara and her wonderful, inspiring video. And I hope you enjoyed this little presentation. And I wish you all the best. Take care and stay well. And I hope I see you in my next video. Bye for now.